Welcome, boys and girls. I'm Tsukuba Winters, and today we're here talking about Final Fantasy XIV's patch 7.5 special site. So with these, it's just a little website that they have with pictures and information on upcoming content for the latest patch or upcoming patch. And with these, they generally do put extra screenshots and some detail of what the story is gonna be for the new and upcoming content. So with these, because there are new cutscenes in this, or are new pictures, I mean, we're gonna go look at those. And with 7.5, the Trails to the Heavens, paths joined by fate, horizon bound. Okay, so we have Trails to the Heavens Part 1. So I'm pretty sure we had this screenshot. We may have had this screenshot in the live letter. I don't remember the key looking this weird. I thought it was more cup-based. Unless this is a different key or something happened to the key. And then we have Hamrat here. So we're going back to the moon and doing something. So here. Return from Leven-wrecked lands of the Ninth. The Warrior of Light and their companions resume investigation into the key. Yet as they begin to unravel the mysteries, an ally's unsettling message threatens to draw their attention elsewhere. So they do also have extra pictures. So we have a picture of Hamrat, and we have Beaver Calyrex. So there is that. If you wish to have that picture, they're right there for the taking. We have new challenges. Echoes of Vana'diel Windurst the Third walks. So here, I don't believe there's any new pictures, because they showed this. I think they had that one. And then we had these. They definitely showed off these. So we have the details. The time has come for Ciriljaw to realize his dream of a new king, one he believes worthy to rule Tyrol, perhaps even the whole of the star. What harrowing trials must the Warrior of Light overcome to put his ambitions to rest? And what will become of Exal and Prish should they prove victorious? I mean, they probably just keep living on as Electrope, as they've pretty much already been doing. Okay, we have new limited job Beastmaster. So they already showed this screenshot. They showed this screenshot, but it was only in Japanese. So now we have an English language version, and I would assume if you come to this site with German and French, it would also be there. But we have appearance, small, medium, large. I would assume this is just settings, kind of like the summoners minions, or the summoners pets, where you can change their size. This is probably just a toggle that you can do instead of having to do like a whole command line. Okay, so their auto attacks do have different elements we can see. We have Borrow, which does something. We got Beastskin attack, or some kind of special skill. Okay. Tempered Release. Charged Whisker. Area of effect deals lightning damage, aspected damage, or lightning aspected damage that paralyzes and lowers lightning resistance of enemies. And Trick. It's weird that it has Trick and then also Blaster. Like, I'm curious of why there's two names for one skill. Okay, we have Blaster. It deals lightning aspect damage, so it looks like you would just use this skill and then just combo it with Blaster. Okay, natural habitat. These predatory quadruped... Okay, so it's just... Yeah, these predatory quadrupeds, unrivaled in their savagery, trace their origins to regions of the Near East. Corels subdue their prey by unleashing electrical shocks over the two whip-like appendages that frame their fang-lined jaws, making them highly valued beast of war, especially among pirates. Okay, so there's just that. So we have Beastmaster stuff. From tacticians of the former Republic of Lindis to griffin breeders of Alamigo, skill practitioners have long tamed wild beasts for mankind's gain. Myriad such traditions are kept alive across the land and adhered, of which have now arrived in the Black Shroud. So, we're probably gonna get this in like 0.55, I would assume. So just keep in mind that like not everything here is going to be on the 0.5 patch live. So, but most of this stuff is. I would be shocked if Beastmaster comes on the patch and not a like post-patch time. Okay, new dungeon, the Clatium? I'm going with that. The Clatium. So we have new... Okay, we had the screenshot. I don't think we had this screenshot. We get tubes. We come in through tubes. We can have a tube ride. And... Hey, nope, I'm not here. Either wires holding up that or wires generating outside of that. Stop it. I can't stop the thing. So... This clearly is, this clearly is some kind of battlefield here. We probably walk up here, and this might be the final boss room? Unless there's something that goes on over here. At least a boss room. Unless it's the entrance of the dungeon, because it does seem kind of small. And then we have this screenshot. This is a new screenshot, and this is looking kind of Final Days-ish. Sort of, and unless there's a new thing, because we have one of these like Tower of Babel looking spires, and unless it's like remnants of that like there's still problems, because we look at it has begun to unravel mystery. An ally's unsettling message threatened to draw their attention elsewhere. So this is most likely because here we got Alphino and Alizé in the key art. Also Estinians here, so they're probably calling us here to like, yo, shit's still fucked in Garlemald. Get your asses down here now. So we're probably dealing with that. Probably some kind of remnants of the Final Days still lingering that we like didn't fully deal with. And the cavernous the carnivorous manufacturing of once helped sustain Garlemald's relentless territorial expansion. Long since abandoned, its halls are now the front lines of a terrifying incursion. So yeah, it's taking over one of the spider mechs. I mean, this could be like a new thing. Because the Final Days took over people due to Dynamis. This is a robot that's taking over things. This is like void sent stuff. Unless we're going to the 4th? I mean, unless we are going to the 4th or something to deal with the void stuff. So, which that also brings us to Anuo. While he was in Final Fantasy V, or more importantly, Final Fantasy V Advanced, because he's only mentioned in 5, but actually a super boss in Final Fantasy V Advanced. And I'll try to say Final Fantasy V a few more times. But he would most likely be fitting to be in the Fork Tower raid, the new one there. But this is clearly has to be in the MSQ, because this is going to be the new trial, and I do not see like the Fork Tower raid having the extreme trial here, and then just like having us wait all the way till the new Occult Crescent area is gonna be out. Okay. So we have with the description, wielding the boundless power of the void, they rise from depths unfathomable The Dread Sovereign NOO. So yeah, because this is clearly looking like Void stuff, which is very heavily the 4th. There could just be like Void stuff leaking from Garlemald. So that's probably what we're going to have to deal with. It's probably just like a general, like, somebody that's like kind of sort of important, but not like super important. Because this is looking... Wait. Yeah, because this is like Hainish garb here. So he's definitely coming from... He's coming from the Void. Wait, let me see if I can get some... Yeah, because this definitely has like that Indian-looking garb. That he opened up the portal. And it's coming from somewhere. But I don't know if we're in Ozaldal's Legacy here. Well, we might be. Unless it's like a portal from somewhere else. But that is something that, you know, I thought he could be in like the new Fork Tower. But yeah, this is definitely looking like he's going to be in the MSQ. But he's probably not going to be like a super important character. Kind of like how we had the Final Fantasy IX final boss, whose name I'm completely blanking on. But like, it was just there. Even though it was like kind of important fight. Though I am kind of sad that we're not getting like a Kuja fight, because they're not going to give us another trial fight for the Part 2 MSQ, as going back, this is Part 1, as this will be broken up into 2 parts. It generally should be about the same length as a normal MSQ quest. They'll just have an extra one at 0.58. So moving on, we have... Unreal Trial, Shinryo's Domain Unreal. Fox Commander craves a tale of fierce battle. Raging above the clouds, your clash with the mighty Shinryu leads to only 2 possible fates. Your opponent's demise or your bloody remains strewn across the heavens. And then that's it for pictures. They do update this the closer the patch gets. So if there's anything worthwhile, I'll make a video for it, but by then we'll probably have the FanFest be out. So they do have a list of what's coming in patch 7.5, though. Do keep in mind this is not everything listed is not going to be on the patch. This will include patch 7.51, 7.55 stuff. So we got main story quest. We got New Alliance Raid, Beastmaster Dungeon, New Trial. Okay, so stuff so a new Crystalline Conflict Raid, or stage. I have a new Ultimate. That's going to be 7.1, or 7.51. We get a Colt Crescent, new Phantom Weapons, new Custom Delivery Person. This will be 7.5. And conceivably further Hildebrand Adventures. You have Dawn Trail Allied Society Capstone Quest if you finished all the other Allied Society quests. New Ocean Fishing. Cosmic Exploration. Greaser and Tool Expansion. These should be 7.51. Manderville Gold Saucer Update. I'm not really sure when this should be out. It depends on what the update is, because they said they wanted to add a new thing tied to like the Final Fantasy VII remake stuff, but they want to wait till like the 3rd game gets announced, and there hasn't been any news on that. So it depends on, because it's probably going to be like snowboarding or something. But if it's not, and it's just like new mounts and minions and goodies, and not like a new game, then this could be released on 7.5. It might be later if it is a minigame. But then again, they could probably announce this stuff at FanFest, which will be before the patch, so it could be 7.5. We have new mounts, minions, and emotes, as it always is, and additional duty support for the last few dungeons, and housing updates. We will be getting the increased storage for indoor and outdoor areas. That's going to be it. We're not going to get the TARDIS housing. So that's going to be either a much later patch, like 7.58, or maybe later, but don't be surprised if it's 8.0 or probably 8.1, because that just kept getting pushed back and pushed back. But that's it for all the information they have in the special site. So if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. If you found this all informative, if you want to be kept up to date with Final Fantasy 7 or Final Fantasy 14 news and information and things of that nature, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. I've been Sakuba Winters. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, I'm repeating myself. And until then, bye!